And typically, as a result of these statistical applications, one comes up with a smaller model of the most important elements that predict leadership within the 15 subcomponents. So this is basically the BarOn model and how it should be used and applied.
Okay. Well, a lot of talk is around, can you improve social and emotional intelligence? And if so, how do you see people being able to do this?
Today we have a number of findings that indicate, yes, it is possible to increase emotional and social intelligence through developmental programs. And the findings tend to show that it can be developed in children. And so the great application of this is in school systems. If emotional intelligence is such an important aspect of adapting, surviving, and adapting in the world, then why not educate children or enhance these the most important components of emotional social intelligence in children to provide them with tools for living, for getting on in the world, for succeeding at school, and then later in work, interpersonal relationships. So with children, we have findings that show that yes, it can be increased. We do a before and after pulse read of their emotional intelligence. Then typically an intervention is applied, and examining the difference of where they were as a group before and after.
Okay.
We see that there are differences, increases in their emotional and social intelligence. When it comes to adults, we also see that a number of findings indicate that emotional intelligence can be improved with adults as well, both in a one-to-one situation like in individual coaching,
Okay.
and also in group training. And the methods that are used, I would say, were the most accurate. Let's say if we're talking about adults in a particular organization, my approach would be to go in, would be to test a number of people with the EPI, which is this test that tests based on my model, and it tests emotional intelligence based on my model of emotional intelligence. And then for the same group of people, let's say 100 people, have their performance rated. And then I apply these statistical models which show which of the 15 are the most important that impact, let's say, performance, occupational performance in that particular is the most.
Okay.
Then you turn these around, and in addition to hiring people that match this model, in addition to having the expertise and experience, job experience and job expertise, and other things that are factored in, we use this information for a developmental program. How would it be used? Let's say within this particular organization that we have this model. These are the high predictors EI predictors of emotional of performance. Then you develop part of your curriculum around the most important factors that predict high performance in this particular organization. You use it in a group. You can develop workshops based and then focus specifically on, say, it's 4 or 5 factors we find out of the predict occupational performance the best in this particular organization. So concentrate on those, explain what they are, how they're related to performance, give them exercises, interactive exercises and workshops to concentrate on this. Typically, in addition to group training, you would take within this particular population a number of people and work on an individual level on a one-to-one basis on coaching. We've also found that it's very helpful of putting people together in the same organization, peer counseling, and have them work on, after we've discussed what are the key factors and how they're associated with performance and why they're important, for putting 2 people, 3 people, 4 people together to discuss their weaknesses as well as their strengths, and what are they doing to improve their weaknesses.
Okay.
And sort of progress reports from time to time. Another component is teaching people to improve their emotional intelligence, and also if their emotional intelligence